All right. Good evening and welcome everyone to another episode of Groove Swing Speaks right here on the Buzz. All right, Studio W Global Radio. Get ready for another exciting episode. Groove Swing Speaks comes on each and every Tuesday, and we talk about business, education, health, and culture. So get ready. I'm going to welcome to the set. Hey, Tiffany, our swing sister, Tiffany Hilliard. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. I know you're driving, but thank you so much for your commitment. So when you get ready, okay, we're going to talk. I'm waiting for Tanisha to come in because she's going to introduce our guest for us tonight and read the bio. But anyway, we'll make sure we take care of that. Okay, and our panelist, Mr. Tier Van Meter. Hey, G. Yeah, unmute your mic.
I'm
Okay, there
sorry.
you
Were
are.
you talking to me,
Yes,
William?
sir. Yes. Hey, how are you?
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
I'm
that's
well.
great.
I'm well. How are you doing today?
Hey, thank you so much. You sounded great coming from the West Coast. And we have a special
Yes, sir.
guest here tonight, and that is Kendra Burnett, and she's a swing sister. Hey, Kendra.
Hi, William. How are you?
Terrific. Excited to have you on tonight. And
Yes,
we're,
I'm
Hello, sister.
excited to be here.
well, thank you so much. And I was looking because I wanted Brother Robert Hicks to come on and also Tanisha and Nikaya Watts. So, but anyway, let's do this. We're going to take a different way. Tier, do you have Kendra's bio loaded?
I do have her bio. I could pull it up momentarily.
And if you don't mind, if you would do the
Um,
honors. So we're excited, Kendra, to have you. We spoke briefly, and
Mhm.
wow, interesting, interesting. And I definitely want everyone to tune into Groove Swing Speaks each and every Tuesday because we talk about everything, like I said, from health, education, medicine, culture, and in all nine yards. So, Tier,
all right. Okay. Kendra Burnett. I'm sorry. I can read. Trust me. Kendra Burnett was born in Durham, North Carolina, growing up primarily in Cary, North Carolina. I, I hope I pronounced that right, Cary.
Yes.
During her early school years, Kendra's admiration of reading, history, and creative writing inspired her to focus on a journey of striving for educational and creative interest. Throughout the years, Kendra developed an immense talent with organizing and designing home spaces. She credits her upbringing as a country girl, watching her beloved grandmother with daily household cleaning tasks and keeping the family home beautifully designed with heron heron heirloom with heirloom. I'm sorry, antiques, keeping the home beautifully designed with heirloom antiques. I want to get that straight. As her interest grew, Kendra began organizing and designing home spaces for close friends and family members. After graduating from the University of North Carolina at Pembroke in 2007 with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology, Kendra went on to work in various industries, including retail management, talent acquisition, and legal administration. Feeling inspired from her past projects, Kendra decided to turn her incredible talent of transforming home spaces with organization and interior design into a business. In January of 2019, Clean Bees Nest LLC was officially launched. Kendra has devoted her expertise with the organization and design field to create beautiful spaces for clients who deal with chronic disorganization. She believes everyone should have a home space that provides functionality, beauty, and harmonious balance. Currently, Kendra balances her business alongside working as a design consultant with Ballard Designs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Kendra is a proud member of Swing Fi Swing Social Fellowship Incorporated, and she is also a member and special events director of the National Association of Black Professional Organizers. And this is Kendra. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And Kendra, you have two other swing sisters on with you right now. You have Tiffany Holmes Tanisha Holmes and Tiffany Hilliard.
Hi,
Hey,
Tanisha. Hi, Tanisha.
Oh, hi. Hey, Kendra. How you doing?
Yes.
Hi.
Now, I believe you two know each other. Is that correct? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yeah, we do. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, Tanisha, I think it might be apropos for you to start the question off because now she's into interior design and things like that, and you are a builder. So I want you to start it off. Maybe questions, or comments and things like that nature. I'm interested.
Well, I met her. I think I met you again back in January, right? And I didn't even realize that you had a interior designing business at that point. So, and I was really intrigued and fascinated that you was doing something like that too as well. Because I think you recently had just moved back from Charlotte or something like that, and you were trying to immerse in the business, so forth and so on. So, have you been able to make any type of contacts in that business as far as like getting your clientele up at all?
Yeah, I currently right now am focusing more on design work. So I pretty much started my business with cleaning, residential cleaning, commercial cleaning, and then I was into the home organization industry. And so I've built my clientele really around home organization primarily. And so I made the decision coming back to Raleigh earlier last year to really just kind of focus my talents on design work, so interior design right now. So I do my business on the side currently, but I am full-time. I'm a full-time design consultant at a showroom in Raleigh. So that's what I'm doing right now. Design is just kind of really where I see myself pivoting right now, and hopefully in the near future I can build my clientele back with just interior design projects.
And I actually meant to ask you a question like 6 or 7 months ago, probably 9 months ago. So do you actually do like packages? I know like when you do like interior designing, like the designers have like little packaging deals where basically either like if you do so many pieces of furniture, like it's going to cost you this price, or basically if you purchase this particular property, it's going to purchase property that's included in that package, and this is how much it costs. Do you have something like that too, as far as like you have that set up too with your design selections?
I do. So my design pricing is really based upon per room or square footage.
Okay.
So usually.
Oh, did she freeze on us?
She's freezing on us.
Okay. All right. We're gonna let's see. Let's do this. I hope she can log out. If you can hear us, Kendra, log out and log back in, and we just continue the conversation. Okay. And this happens, with technology. Wi-Fi is tricky sometimes. But anyway, what I like about this, and let's see. Okay, we lost Tiffany right now. But anyway, what I like about this, and let me do this. I'm going to kick her out, and hopefully she'll come back in because she's frozen.
It's a North Carolina thing. Wait, aren't you in North Carolina? You're in
Yes, we all in North Carolina. That's what it is. Yeehaw, right? That's what it is, ain't it?
Okay. It happened last week, I believe.
I know, right?
It happened last week.
Yeah.
We had just lost Tiffany also. So hopefully our guest will come back in. And I didn't think, I was just thinking after you were talking, because I'm going to ask her on the way back when she comes back though. Who are her clientele? Because you mentioned something about packages and things like that. And there she is.
I'm like, what's going on? Okay.
Like Tia says, it's a North Carolina thing. Because we had lost Tiffany as well. Hey,
Okay.
Tiffany, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to toss it over to you real quick, okay? But anyway, I was thinking about something because Tanisha had asked a question about different packages and things like that. And
Hmm.
I'd like to know, who are your clientele and how much of a demand is it? How much of a demand is it out there?
So my clientele really varies. I feel like I connect very well with women, obviously,
Mhm.
single mothers, women who are going through transitional phases in their lives, mothers with children, and even male clients that I've had in the past who just kind of need a woman's touch in their space. So I really connect with people who are really looking to venture into a different space in their lives when it comes to the functionality in their homes. So, in terms of just the home organization side, a lot of people are looking to really just kind of declutter and get to a point in their lives where they're not accumulating a lot of things. And so, like I said, I really connect with women who are career women who don't really have a lot of time to be organizing and decorating their spaces. But for me, I just can go out and can be at an event, or I can just kind of be at a networking event, and I just make connections really just anywhere I go. And I think it's a very unique industry to be in as far as home organization. Something you probably don't meet someone every day, like, hey, I can come and organize your chaotic mess. And
Yeah.
it's really something that I really am very passionate about. I feel like I'm a problem solver, if you will. But like I said, I truly believe in designing spaces for people that they can love, they can live in, and something that they know that they will absolutely love for time to come.
Right. Okay. I'm going to toss this over to Tiffany right now. Hey, Tiffany.
Hola, sis.
Hola, Tiffany. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I feel like it's been forever.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. So my question is, it's in relation to your field, but um, okay. How can I say? Do you think that some people or some of your clients that are that need your expertise as far as like getting their homes designed, or if it's just a singular room, do you think that has any relation to what they may be dealing with mentally?
Yes, absolutely. So what I have found in my training expertise is what I have worked with as far as the category, because there's various categories of disorganization, and the category of chronic disorganization are typically individuals who have trouble finding ways to organize their spaces and keep them organized. And
Right.
a lot of times, this organization is directly related to mental illnesses, they're related to health issues, transitional phases sometimes in people's lives, losing a loved one. I work with women in particular, widowers who have lost their loved one, and now they're having some transitional phases in life where they're trying to figure out what's the next step for me as far as my space that I've shared with this person for 20, 30, 40 years. So, our spaces are really external factors of how we feel internally. So when we're dealing with anxiety, when we're dealing with depression, um, even when we're just dealing with an illness, a long-term illness, that really affects our spaces externally. And so a lot of times when I've gone in for consultations with past clients. I can usually just in an instant of a moment as my client starts talking, I can figure out what the root cause of their disorganization is coming from. And I'm not a licensed therapist, but I have a lot of sessions with clients where they really just kind of fall into my hands, and I just have to really pour into them and give them comfort and give them direction and encouraging them, but also commending them for reaching out for help, because over time your space accumulates so much over the years, and that again is something internally that we're also accumulating through our lives. So yes, I have found that chronic disorganization is really directly linked to a lot of what we're dealing with mentally.
That's a great question, and
Mhm.
Tiffany, you stole my question because I was going to ask that as well. Because I was thinking about it as you guys were talking, because if I'm disorganized, I'm not feeling good. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not. The better organized I am, the more successful I can be. I find.
Yes.
I,
Mhm.
and I tell you, I'm glad we're having this program because most people don't relate. I mean, don't tie those two together. And think on well, she's an interior designer, but it's deeper than that. It is
Mhm.
deeper than that. And you can think about maybe a couple. You have both a mother and father, or whoever is working, and they may not have time to organize their home or the office or whatever it is. You come right in, and I think that is a service that should be applauded. That is really really great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go back to Tierra, and then go back, and then Tanisha.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm up next. And, I did a little homework. I looked at your website, the Ballard Designs and the Clean Bees Nest on Instagram. And you've already kind of almost answered my question. But I noticed there wasn't much design work that seemed masculine, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I didn't really see like anything that would like fit well for my house as a single guy. Um, but you also said that you help people get organized, and men are very disorganized. We're not as neat as women. Like, aren't you missing out on like a big clientele? How come you don't?
Yeah.
You're right about that.
How come you don't cater to the men? Like I think we need it more than women. I think
Well,
right.
Y'all do.
I beg to differ. And
Oh my
what
God.
my experience has been, and again, like I said, my main clientele typically are women, career women, mothers, single women, again, women going through transitional phases in their lives. But I have had male clients, and to be quite honest, women accumulate more things than men. I've been in men's spaces, and they may have a general idea of what their design aesthetic is, or
Power on.
they need help
The
with
Bluetooth device
organization,
is
but
started.
they don't have a lot in their spaces.
The
Women,
Bluetooth
we
device
have
is
our
connected to
makeup,
the
we
touch.
have our clothes, we have our 20,000 shoes and hair and wigs and everything. And so there's more of a process, I feel like, sometimes with women, because particularly Black women, because we do really hold the weight of the world on our shoulders sometimes. And when we get home, a lot of times we're tired. There are mothers, they're tending to children, and then we have our caregivers who are tending to maybe someone who's sick long term. So the last thing I feel sometimes women want to do is go in and organize a closet. So
Mm.
I feel with even design, I have a very distinct aesthetic when it comes to design. I almost kind of morph into someone as I'm going through their spaces and trying to figure out like what their design aesthetic is. And I think for men, um, it's very easy for me because I feel that I possess both a feminine energy and a masculine energy, so I can tap into that very well. So just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I can't design for a man. If anything, men oftentimes prefer women designers because we can tap into the masculine element, but we also add a feminine touch.
Hmm. Interesting. Boy, I was saying at first before you finished talking, Kendra, man, I agree with Tier. To me, I would just say this. To me, women are far more organized than men. To me, okay, I mean, just saying that, but we really appreciate that. Uh, some of the, I have some female friends that they are master organizers. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I understand. So I think if I would along with Tier, we need we need some love too. Okay, open your business up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel it for me it really varies from individual to individual. I think that men can be very organized, but I think innately women possess just a natural ability to be organized because there's so many tasks throughout a day's time that we have to keep up with. And it's not just with ourselves, it's with children, it's with our significant others, it's with family, it's with jobs, careers. So we have to be organized in a way where it's not just something on our schedules that we're organized with. We have to be organized also in our spaces, because when our spaces are organized, we can function better and we're not spending a lot of time looking for things. We can open up the closet, we can open up the drawer, we can visually see what's going on around us. And being organized means that you save time and you save money, because
Yeah.
on a money perspective, you're not repurchasing the same thing. I've had
Mm.
clients where, they're like, I bought this dress 5 years ago, I cannot find it. And they'll just keep buying the same things because it's harder for them to open up the closet and find the item than it is to just like, let me just get online and
Mm.
purchase it. So I think from both perspectives, as a man and a woman, overall, when you're organized, it just helps life. Just, you just feel like you're moving along and you're not spending a lot of time on looking through things.
I couldn't agree with you more. And there are a couple of comments come up. This is from Heart Desire Gifts, Kings Mountain, North Carolina, and
Mm-hmm.
says that we're talking about T. Air. He didn't say that you couldn't do it. He just didn't see it presented. Okay, I'm gonna comment on that. So here
Mm-hmm.
we are given a great idea of a missing representation, and well, I'm not here to be critical at all. I think that, and let me just say this. And I think what Tia was saying, if you say maybe show on your website where you've designed for men and versus women, or and women as well, because
Mm-hmm.
we need you. And I think that this program is proving it, because like I said, mentally, I am better prepared if I am organized. Is my home
Right.
is organized? If it's smelling good, everything is shining. Now on my table. You can't see this. It's a U-shaped, all glass table that we have 4 microphones and several monitors and things of that nature. And when I come to this table and fingerprints are all on it and things of that nature, I said, "Damn, I'm sorry. I have to get out the Windex. I have to get
Mm-hmm.
out, because I feel better if I'm looking at a nice shiny table, right? Versus one that's dirty, because I've had the hosts come in, and you know how, and mostly they are men, and you know how sometimes we just don't clean up after ourselves, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like we'll walk away from the dinner table and leave the dish right there on the table, right? I mean, it's a whole bunch of things. So again, um, uh, the best organizers for me happen to be women, and I don't know whether it's it's an instinctive thing. It's a something that you guys. Well, you're always the head of the house, aren't you? Women organize everything, and I look
Head of the house.
Well,
head
you
of
know
the
the
house.
saying, a man can build the home, but a house, but a woman makes it a home.
That's my
So,
point.
that's just kind of, what you oftentimes see is for
Hmm.
me, from my background, um, and what was stated in my bio was my inspiration really comes from my great grandmother, Lucy Lee Lewis. And she was a homemaker. She got up every single morning and she was decorating and she was cleaning the home, and she really made the house a home. And I feel
Hmm.
like that's something that again is kind of internal to some women if they pick up on it, and really if they've had role models around for them, because I don't sometimes see women have this soft feminine side when it comes to their spaces, and sometimes that has to be taught. Sometimes it's a role model that you've seen in life,
Uh-huh.
but I think that it is important that both men and women really understand themselves in a aspect where they can showcase that in their home.
I agree.
And just to kind of go back to the comment here, um, again, I'm not sure if Heart's Desire had caught my earlier comment, but I do my business now on the side. So I'm not full time with my business. So you probably won't see a lot of projects currently, as I am moving into interior design spaces and working as a design consultant right now for a design firm. So I'm hoping, in the next year or so, as I complete my interior design certification, that I can get back into my business full time, so that you can see those projects there on my website and on my platforms.
Well, I certainly hope so, and I'm encouraged. As a matter of fact, I am. I'm super excited about what you do because I think that this program, what we're doing right now, I'm getting some background. I think what you're doing is super exciting.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be as exciting as it is right now, but just
Well, I'm
yeah,
glad you're excited.
no, I'm excited about it, and I
Yeah.
believe that. I believe
Hmm.
that, and so yeah. So you might want to show. I have an idea. Maybe set up a design on your website for a man cave. I'll guarantee. I'll
Yeah.
guarantee. Yeah,
Yeah.
a man cave. I'm sure you could do anything that you want to do, and I'm super excited about your business. I'm encouraged about what you do, and the best of luck to you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
let's see,
I
Tiffany, you still
appreciate
there?
it.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
So my other question was, okay, let's say you have a client who, you go into their home and, it seems like they have every room clean and organized except for one room. Like, let's say
Mhm.
their bedroom is, disorganized to the fullest. You like throughout the house, you're like, oh my gosh, like you don't need my bedroom. It's like, what in the world? Can you?
Oh, we lost her. We lost her. And I was thinking about something too.
Mhm.
She come back. Um, like closets and things like that nature. My closet is okay, but a lot of people are missing. They are you. I would suppose that you have ways, and also maybe there are techniques that you can get more space in your closet. And
Mhm.
I'm sure a lot of women, you know, I've seen women closets where it's a walk in, and you look like it's like you walk into a shoe store.
Yeah.
It's it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So I mean, so do you do things like that as well? Said, okay, we could gather more space in your kitchen cabinets, your
Mhm.
closets, this and that and other, and make it more efficient for them.
Yes.
This is what I'm
Yes.
gathering also.
So before I answer that question, I kind of want to answer Tiffany's question because I think I know what she was asking. But
She's
yes,
back.
I have had experiences with clients where I've gone into their space and I was like, okay, this looks organized. This looks very neat. This looks, and maybe there is that one area that needs a little bit more attention and care. And
Mhm.
again, that kind of just goes back to things that we don't see always behind closed doors. We can have a beautiful presentation in the front of the home sometimes, but it may be that closet or that little area that maybe your company, when you have people that come over, they don't get a chance to see. And we all have that. We have that junk drawer that we just kind of throw everything
Yeah.
in, that closet that we throw everything in. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're disorganized. It just means that you have to still pay attention to spaces that are beyond maybe your guest's eye. People that come over and can see, again, like the front of the home is clean and organized, but um sometimes we need more care in the spaces that we come home to and relax in. And so I'm very passionate about making sure bedrooms are the space where you
Mhm.
kind of consider your sanctuary in a way when you're out and you're dealing with the hustles of life and the craziness of life. When you come home, I feel like your bedroom is one of the most sacred places in your home, and oftentimes that can be one of the most chaotic places in your home. And
Mhm.
so it's I take due diligence in making sure that we have to get this space organized and functional in a way so that you can rest. Our spaces sometimes deter us from resting properly at night, and just from being restored, rejuvenated. So, yes, there are instances where I kind of go through the home and I'm like, okay, what do you need me for? And then they open up that door to that one room and I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. So, that's just the kind of answer to Tiffany's question. And William, to answer your question, um, it doesn't matter how small, how large the space is. One
Mhm.
of my true gifts is taking smaller spaces, special closets, and really optimizing the space. So
That is cool.
yeah, so anything can be, your space can be optimized in a way that you can organize that actually makes the space or the closet feel bigger, look bigger, but it's a technique in the way that you kind of organize it. And so, um, us organizers, we organize typically in a vertical space. So we like to organize up. So we add the shelving to elongate maybe the walls in the closet and making sure that there's nothing on the floor, because having a lot of clutter on the floor would make a smaller closet feel very tight and compact. So there are a lot of techniques that can be done to really optimize a smaller space. And so I've had clients in the past where they're like, I don't think I have a really large closet, but they don't know that because they can't see the floor. Um, so once everything is taken out and once I come up with a organization plan, then I can go in and figure out what would be the best method of really opening up the space where it feels like your closet is actually larger than you think.
I don't know if you saw the private chat or not. Tiffany just sent you a message in the private chat. And Tiffany, I'm
Oh,
going to say,
Yeah.
I do too. Oh,
yeah.
my. And, they're so important about what you're saying, because if you can program your mind to be organized in your home, you can
Hmm.
also program your mind to be organized in the office place, in the workplace. And I know for a fact, if you're more organized in your business and work, you're more productive. Am I right, Tanisha?
Yes, you are right about that because I've actually been doing daily affirmations that I'm going to be more organized, and it actually really does work. And I do know that they're saying like, cleanliness is next to godliness, but that old school saying that your grandmother used to say back in the day. But I did have a couple questions for you too. I had like a lot of questions. Have you ever thought about doing something on the commercial scale, like maybe trying to like doing some type of design work for like a hotel or something like that? And how would you take those necessary steps to be able to design something from a large scale like that? That's one question. And then also too, what kind of style would you describe yourself? Like I know some designers like Candace Olsen off of design, whatever it's design on the dime, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
That elegant. What would be your style? Is it like, sea, or whatever, country or elegant, vintage?
Yeah.
What's your type of style?
That's good
Great
stuff.
question. Thank
Yeah.
you. So to answer your first question, yes, I would love to design or do design work on a large scale project. However, I am trusting in my vision now as I just kind of really start transitioning from home organization into design work. So there was a lot of things in the design world that I really had to learn that I didn't know. Even though I have an eye and a passion for it, there's a technique behind design work. And so for me, just starting from projects that I've done in the past where I was organizing, I was like, I might as well just go ahead and design a space. Like, why not? And so I kind of learned, what my design aesthetic is, and then really what the client really wanted. But I think that it would be one of my wildest dreams to be able to work on, more of a commercial kind of space and, walk into like a restaurant or a hotel and be like, this was designed by Kendra. So it's definitely something that I think about all the time, but I do love designing residential spaces, first and foremost, but it would be very dope, yes, to be able to design, on a commercial kind of project. But I do also know that coming from home organization, a lot of projects I did on my own. I did have a team here and there throughout the years, but I know that for me, whatever I do moving forward, I do really want a strong team because I really can't do it all on my own. So doing something on a commercial type project, I will need a team because, I'm very all over the place, and I need people to kind of keep me in place and keep me organized mentally, like I'm organized in my space, but I'm a little all over the place mentally sometimes, and I think that just kind of comes from being a creative. Like your mind just never really shuts down because you're always thinking about so many great things. So stay tuned. As far as just larger scale projects. But to answer your second question, there are a plethora of design aesthetics. I think design has evolved just in such a beautiful way. And so I think it can be very confusing for some people to figure out even what their design aesthetic is, especially if you kind of have a mix of different types of aesthetics that you like. But my personal design aesthetic is I'm a maximalist. I maximize as far as mixing colors and patterns and textures. I'm not afraid of just putting it all together. I would not characterize myself as a minimalist or beige kind of person. Um, I love color. I love just working with color and pattern. And I think that that to me is like it's very challenging, but it's really like a puzzle piece. And so I'm a maximalist. I love um, Art Deco, which is probably one of my favorite design techniques or design aesthetics. So maybe Art Deco with a little bohemian and like mid-century modern, um, and but just maximize it. So I really can design from any type of aesthetic, but I think it's always about listening to the client, understanding what it is that they want. But I always have to put my little Kendra touch in there somewhere. I also love a, a fairly new design aesthetic that is kind of came out. It's called soulful maximalism, and that's just mixing for me more of African culture into design work. So I love black art. I love all things Africa. I feel like for me as black people, I don't like to go up in nobody's house and I don't see no black art on the wall. So it's important that you represent your culture in some way, form, or fashion. So, I'm all about, again, the color, the pattern, and some beautiful, Africanness in the space.
And that actually leads into my next question. I was going to talk to you about feng shui. Do you actually have to take an additional course to learn about the feng shui principles and what the do's and don'ts and energy and the sunlight and the staircases and what colors
Color
are used
theory,
and
yeah.
the stuff up under the up under the bed? You're not supposed to have stuff up under the bed because of energy flow, those things like that. Do you have to take an additional course with that, or you just have to is that something you're just going to pick up on your own, just kind of do your own self-taught or self-education process?
Yeah, some of my favorite designers that I have followed throughout the years are self-taught. So, I feel that when it comes to learning a certain industry, I think a lot of times people feel like you need to have a degree, you need to have a certification, which is great. Like, do it. It still looks great. Um, but I think that when you are trained in an area, sometimes it takes you away from your natural ability to add to the space because you're trained to design a certain way. And I feel like most designers, again, that are so taught that I love, they don't have a certification, they don't have a degree, but you would not be able to kind of tell that. But it's still great to have the fundamentals and the basis of design. And so, for me, it's a new venture. I will always be very humbled by the fact that I, even came into, just my business with just home organization, because I do know home organizers that don't design. Um, they just do, home organization, but it's very easy for the two to be intertwined as far as home organization and design work. So, but let me just say, home organization it's a very daunting task. It's a very tedious process. Sometimes you're going and you're unraveling 10, 20 years of clutter. And so that takes a lot on your body, on your mental. I've left a lot of projects. I'm fatigued. I got to go soak in the tub because my back and my knees and my everything hurts. So it's very physical. And I think that as I'm going into a different season in my life, I am not built for that so much anymore. Again, and not really having, a team that I really need, but it will always just kind of be something that I'm going to have. It's always a talent that I still possess. And I also just want to shout out quickly all of the amazing organizers and amazing women from the National Organization of Black Professional Organizers. That is my professional organization that I am involved with and have been a member with for about 4 years now. So I am a member and the special events director, and they have been a amazing support group, an amazing organization of women, from particularly women of color and indigenous women. And we are really kind of not as visible in the home organization industry. A lot of times
Mm.
you may see shows and other platforms that don't always feature us. So we are making our stand and making sure that we are visible in these spaces. And sometimes something as small as someone who looks like you can come into your home and you feel comfortable in their presence because you know that they understand the weight of the world that you sometimes have as a person of color, as a Black woman. So I do want to shout out Napo, and yeah.
All right. Hey, continue because I'm really excited about what you're saying. Uh, and the thing that keeps I keep going back to is the mental aspect of it. And if you think
Mhm.
about your home, you spend more time at your home than you do anywhere else. Now I know
Yes.
a lot of people say, "Well, I spend more time on the you're at work," but no, you spend most of the
Mhm.
time at your home.
Mhm.
And again, the more organized you are, and I want to take this point time to recognize someone who organizes this program, and that is Rock. She sets
Yes.
Yeah,
everything.
shout
She
out to
brings on
Rock.
great guests. She's just the best. She's the abs. Without her, this program would not be what it is today.
Mhm.
And we had
Mhm.
everyone on from health experts, business experts, advisors, you name it, politicians, uh,
Mhm.
just incredible, incredible people. And I want to thank
Mhm.
you, Rock. I want to thank you publicly for that. And so that's the thing that struck me the most. I'm going to just say this. And even in my office, I had a secretary that organized everything. I mean, from my emails to my calls, my
Yeah.
schedules, and things like that. And so, and all the website, everything. And so she
Mhm.
said, "Mr. Brown, you're going to have to learn this stuff because I'm not going to be here always."
Right.
I said, "Oh, I'm not even worried about it. You're not going anywhere. She's just the best, right?" But one day she wasn't, and I said, "Oh,
Mm.
I'm
And
scrambling." So,
yeah.
and I think what you're doing is so vitally important, and I think it's underrated. It is
Mhm.
really underrated
Mhm.
because I think what you're teaching people also that you can not only organize your home, but you can organize your life and your business. So I
Yes.
applaud you for that. I'm going to say
Mhm.
this one last thing, and then let's toss this back over to Tiffany and then Tanisha.
You're skipping
Uh,
me.
uh, I'm not going. I'm not going to speak.
It's the other T. It's the other tier. Tier. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other. You got a lot of T's on here. 3 T's. That's what it is.
hmm He's being sexist. He don't think I got a question for the lady. That's just
Well,
Oh, okay, that's what it
you, yeah, I go along with that, man. I didn't, in the opening, I knew she was a fascinating lady, and I loved the project, but I didn't think how deep this really is and how much we all could benefit from what she does. I got this one last thing, and thinking about your business, Serena Williams has this interior design business, and I was just thinking about you. I said, "Wow," I'm just thinking, projecting a little bit because I can see what you do, what you're doing right now can grow.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, promise to you, we're coming to you. Okay.
all right.
Okay. Uh, triple T's. Tiffany.
That kind of what William was just stating kind of is leaning into what I wanted to ask you is would you like to because you had forementioned I guess the lack of our presence, in certain areas. Would you like to have your own show like on HGTV or somewhere like that?
Oh, that is, oh God, yes.
I can
I
see it.
am a yes, I am a huge HGTV fanatic.
Yeah.
I always watching different shows on HGTV, and yeah, that would be amazing to be able to have that particular platform again.
Mm.
Whether it's home organization or whether it's design, I would love it. So whoever is out there and putting it out in the universe, get me on HGTV.
There you go. I was gonna tell you. I was gonna say you might want to write it down as
Yeah,
one of your.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because you just never know.
You
You
Yeah.
never
never
know.
know.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's go to Tanisha and Tier right after brother. Okay, we're gonna make
Are we
sure.
gonna go? Who's first? Who's next? Tier. Tier, I know you want to talk. I know you're itching to talk. You want to say something?
Well, I just don't want all my questions already answered because
Okay. Okay.
I was gonna comment earlier and say that like I have a tendency to like earth tones and I was gonna ask you, is that kind of a black thing? For us, do we have a tendency to like earth tones, and can you just tell, like, do people have stereotypes as far as like, I don't know, like you went to an Irish guy, like could you be like, okay, I'm gonna throw a lot of green, like do you have like are there stereotypes within people?
I think as far as
Mm.
having like earth tone or something. First and foremost, we are black and we are of the earth. We are the earth. So of course we're going to be attracted to various elements or colors. Whether we're attracted to certain things. Everyone, I have a spirit color, so there's a color that I'm attracted to, that I feel that I kind of have more of a higher vibration, or my frequency just kind of heightens when I wear a certain color, or if there is a certain color in my space. So we are the salt of the earth. We seasoned. We are really and truly just kind of going back to design, or just the home aesthetic. We have to think about our ancestors, our enslaved ancestors who kept massive home. We cooked, we cleaned, we decorated, we sewed. We understood the formalities of how a home should look and feel, because we cultivated that particular culture. And so I feel that a lot of times, like just kind of going back, when I do go into our spaces, home spaces, whatever it is, I want to see your culture represented in a way that's not overshadowed by something else. Like I want to see Black people having Black art and Blackness in their homes, because that is a part of who we are. But that's not everyone's design aesthetic. I understand that. But have something Black on the wall. That's all I gotta say.
Am I right? Do we tend to favor earth tones though?
Do I tend to
No,
favor?
like Black folks in general. Is it?
Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like, again, we are the earth. We are the original
Interesting.
people of the earth. So yes, I feel like we are typically drawn to mustards and browns and goldens and forest greens, and different even colors of the sky. We live in the sky, we live in the water, we live in the land. We are eternal creatures. So our design or our space should really, again, reflect who we are as people.
Okay.
Interesting. Tanisha.
Well, I was actually looking around, and I have a lot of moon colors in my house, like a lot of silver, chrome, blues, royal blues. I'm sorry, I don't have any African American photos or pictures up here. Only just my jazz artists, and that's about it. But oh, I do have a lady on that's an abstract art with the lady that's the mother of the earth that has a globe with all the pregnancies. I do have that. But I will concur with Pierre about the colors and things like that because selling real estate, I do. There is an association. I know what he's talking about. Like you might go to a person's house that may be from the Ivory Coast, and you do see like the dark hunter green, mustard green, apple cider colors, and it's real dark. You like, and it's high gloss. You're like, what the heck were you thinking? This don't look good. And they're trying to sell their houses and stuff like that. And you may have like a hunter green leather chair or whatever, leather furniture. So I do know what you're saying about that. And then my mother on another piece. When I go in her house, and I'm not trying to take over the conversation, but I was just kind of comment about this because there is an association behind that. When I go to my mom's house, I'm like, what the? I mean, it's nice, but it's like, what is this? Like, she's got this European, Scottish things, these French things, because, my grandmother's a white lady and something else. So my mom's half black and half white. So I could pick up the European aspect of her, and I'm like, that's why she got lace and these coral colors and birds and weird stuff that you typically wouldn't find in an African American home. Does that make sense? What I'm saying to you, even down to the glass and the plates that we eat off of, and I'm just going to give me a plate, but it's true. That is true as far as like that goes, because I'm actually living proof of that too. But I think the work that you're doing is great. I'm excited about it, and I need some organization too. You can help me come and organize some stuff too. Tiffany and I both can just have you in here to help us organize too, because we are busy business women too. So it's hard to kind of keep up with things. I'm organized on the business part of it, but just some stuff in my house I need to kind of organize too.
Yeah.
So
I am more than happy to help. I'm more than happy to help. And I think it's important, even within our organization, as Swings and Grooves, that if we know that there is a brother or sister that's talented in something, that we still reach out within our community, because we got bills to pay too, and this is what this particular organization is for. We can use each other and our talents, our gifts, our abilities to help one another, and this is really what I'm here for.
Right. Hey, I want to say, give a shout out to our brother Robert Hicks. He's not on the panel today, but brother Hicks, hey man, we're thinking about you. I got a question, and something that I think that's vastly overlooked, and that's the importance of color. Colors can have a psychological effect on you, one way or the other. Okay? And I've gone into. I remember I was living in California. We had a station in California before we migrated back here to Virginia, or came back to Virginia. And I remember a place called Anaheim Hills. I think Tia will probably know about that out there, a rich area. And I went to his brother's home, and it was a $1 million home at that time. And we're going back maybe some 10, 15 years. So you can imagine how much it's worth right now. And beautiful home on the outside, but you walk in, it was complete. The furniture inside was all antique.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the gaudiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was everything. I'm from the first floor to the second floor. Every room was kitchen. Everything was all antique. And I said, doggone it. But we really don't understand. And like some people's tastes are very vastly different. You've talked to people, people, visit their homes, look at their cars, and they think it's the most beautiful thing. And to me, I think it's an individual thing, but colors are very, very important. Like I understand earth tones and things like that, but then if you have you ever looked at any pictures of a prison? It is all gaudy, and it's like that gray or ugly green or something like that. And I think these things are done on purpose.
Yeah.
I think the powers to be understand the importance of color.
Yes.
Really
and
does.
color is important again to our chakras. So there's different colors that represent our chakras. So certain colors kind of open up again our heart, our mind. And so I think some people kind of are either stuck in the times, and design you have to evolve with. So, what may have been a principal design element in the 60s and 70s may not be in 2025. So sometimes people are just kind of stuck in a certain era, but when you really understand design and design work, you can mix, so many different design aesthetics, but don't just get stuck in a color. So if I go into someone's space and all I see is just red, 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 red is fiery, red is passion, but it doesn't mean that it's calming when it's in your bedroom space per se.
Mm.
So you want to use colors in different areas of your home that evoke a different sense in how you want to feel in that space. So red would not be a color that I would necessarily put in a bedroom space because I would just be awake and ready to fight all the time. So
Right.
yeah, so you just kind of have to again consult with a professional. If you don't know what color to put somewhere, don't do it yourself. Hire a professional. This is what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people spend a lot of money doing a lot of DIY projects and they still don't like it. So hire a professional. Point blank
Absolutely.
period.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
speaking of, that's a perfect segue. And the professional happens to be you. How can they contact you?
Yeah, so I can be followed on I'm on Instagram as clean, spelled with a KLEAN underscore BEES underscore nest NEST. I'm also on Facebook, Clean Bees Nest. I again am just kind of taking some time away from the business, so I don't have my official website up anymore. I'm very limited on clientele that I am taking as of now. So I used to just kind of promote, advertise, everywhere. I'm more word of mouth right now.
Okay.
As far as the organization piece, but design work, like I said, is just kind of where I'm focused on right now. And yeah.
Okay. I tell you what, let's do this. Send me some info. We'll talk off air, and perhaps I can put your links on my website. How about that?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
love that.
Be glad to do that. We've got 30 seconds. Tiffany, last comment.
I just appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come and chop it up with us and give us insight, more detailed insight as to how the home organization and interior design really works.
Hmm.
And to know it's such a wonderful feeling to be a part of this organization because like you said before, you never know who knows who or who knows what, and to be able to have you at our disposal, so to speak, is such a wonderful thing. So I don't have to worry about hiring no professional contractors that's in charge of arm and a leg and a body,
Right. Yeah.
you know what I mean, to come in. I can just call my swing sister and be like, hey, was wondering if you could come through and, help a sister out. So thank you.
Yes,
And that's a
you're
great
more
point, Tiffany, because we have so many professionals between our two organizations, the Grooves and the Swings. Practically anything you want to know, we have it right here.
yeah.
Tia, 30 seconds, and then Tanisha.
Okay. You mentioned in your bio you called yourself a country girl. So I mean, even the Carolinas, you might enjoy it out there, but keep in mind there's a lot of money to be made out here on the West Coast doing set designs and stuff like that. Did you ever consider doing anything like that?
I'll go where the money is. That's
Go where the
it.
money is.
Yeah, I go where the money is. So, I again, I'm a country girl at heart. So, a part of my service to others is grandma's home. What grandma's home felt like for me, it was love, it was warm, it was you know, good cooking. So for me, that's what I embody as a woman, as a businesswoman, is taking what I know to be or what feels like home and that's what I want to give to others.
Hey, y'all mind if I just add one quick little question? And what's with the big glasses? I've noticed you tend to like big glasses according to your Instagram. Yeah, a lot of big glasses. What do they mean? What does that mean to you? Is that
Well,
just
I cannot see, so all of my glasses are prescription, so I need to be able to see others.
really so that's
And
necessary?
yes, that is necessary. And frames are just a part of my personality. I have so many, and every day I feel a different color, different pattern. I just want to kind of always feel like something's different every day. So some days I'm white and black, other days I'm blue, some days I'm black, some days so yeah. So I think another thing of my love for frames, I would love to have maybe a line or something one day. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, you seem very stylish in general, not just
Yeah.
how like you got your own style.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tanisha.
They need to exchange numbers. But anyways, I just want to say, hola, my chapter sister again. But I just want to say thank you. And also, too, if you want to, I would like to add you to the Homes by Homes webpage, because I can actually put there as a segment and a service that we actually offer to help generate business too as well.
Yes.
So I think I have your number, but if you guys put in the chat so I can get a hold of her, and I'll do that so I can just put your content on that page too and start sharing it, because it goes hand in hand. I just want to say thank you too, and I appreciate your insight on organization, because I'm gonna start back up and start organizing again.
Yeah. Well, we don't have time. We don't have time for the chat right now, but I'll send it to you.
Okay, that'd be great. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm.
Kendra, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you, William. Thank you, Tanisha.
We'll have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
Guys, I just loved it. Hey, another segment of Groove Swing Speaks right here on The Buzz. Enjoy your Tuesday. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.